The Senate unanimously passing a bill yesterday now banning federal employees from downloading or using the popular app TikTok on government devices, federal government devices. This comes as numerous states such as South Dakota, Alabama, Utah, and others banning TikTok, taking similar steps to ban it on state government-owned devices.
Roger Marshall is a Republican senator from Kansas who voted in favor of the bill. He joins us now. Senator, welcome. Thank you so much for coming on today. Tell me about this decision to ban TikTok on government devices. Where did it come from?
Well, Emma and Sean, Merry Christmas to you all and to your listeners as well. But I think that all of us realize that TikTok gives the Chinese Communist Party a window into Americans' lives. And I would just caution anybody from using it. I don't claim to be a tech whiz, but I think that comes from is just a fear for our national security.
Yeah, the parent company, ByteDance, refused to answer whether or not members of the CCP have access to this data. There were some that have more tech familiarity, if you will, that are saying that it can record keystrokes, that it can put together information on each individual that uses TikTok. But this is we were talking earlier here with the Attorney General out of Indiana, Todd Rokita, and we were talking about this, the steps. This is a step in the right direction as far as going for federal government ban. But does this ever expand to the American public? And would the Senate like to see that as well?
You know, I'm hesitant to make a big blanket statement like this. I'm all for self-responsibility. I think that parents should take a look at what their children are using. I'm very concerned about how social media is being used in the fentanyl poisoning epidemic we have going on. I'm very, very concerned about TikTok. I think that's a discussion, a debate we'll have to have is how far does Congress do this? And I think that we need to have a few more meetings with national security folks to sort that out.
All right. Senator Marco Rubio wants to see that happen, essentially, that TikTok goes away. Let me ask you about some other questions in the tech world, sort of adjacent here. I know you and Democratic Senator Elizabeth Warren recently releasing a draft for a bipartisan bill to regulate the crypto sector. Of course, this follows the collapse of FTX under Sam Bankman-Fried. Senator, what are the key elements of this bill? Do you think it will get support in both the Senate and House?
I think there's a great opportunity to get bipartisan support. You know, basically it brings cryptocurrency up to the same standards that banks have in the concept of know your customer. Let's face it, right now, crypto is absolutely a threat to our national security. It empowers criminals, it empowers terrorists, rogue nations to perform criminal activities. It enables things like terrorists to have ransom fees, crypto piracy, rogue nations to use it in the concept of evading our sanctions as well. So this raises the level of cryptocurrency up to bank standards that allows to know our customers. I think that will make it much safer for Americans.
If I can switch, pivot if I can to the border. There's a lot of talk about Title 42 expiring on Wednesday next week. And when that does, the anticipation of a flood or a surge of migrants coming across, so much so that it's got Democratic governor from California, Gavin Newsom, visiting the border. Many House Republicans are calling for the impeachment of DHS Secretary Mayorkas. What are your thoughts on this border crisis as it continues to rise, looking forward to the expiration of Title 42 and yet another surge of migrants coming across illegally to the likes that America has never seen? What needs to be done, in Senator Marshall's opinion?
Secure the border. You know, the theme of this discussion today is national security. The most immediate threat to America's national security is an open southern border. $25 billion would probably fix this problem. Meanwhile, we're sending $60 billion to Ukraine. Certainly we want to help the people of Ukraine, but my priority is America. Americans first and their security. And it all starts right there at the border. I'm excited to see some Democrats that are starting to come over to our side and say, hey, this is a problem, especially if you're running for president. Maybe you better be paying attention to this border security issue. Losing Title 42 is going to just exacerbate the problem. I've been there 3 times. This is not hype, folks. It is absolutely a crisis. Again, I go back to that fentanyl poisoning epidemic going across the country. 90% of that problem is coming from an open border. We have to secure the border.
We still have not seen President Biden make a trip to the border during his time in office. We'll wait and see what happens next year. Senator Roger Marshall, thank you, sir. Appreciate you joining us today.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.